In a remote village lived an old peasant named Chen, known for his wisdom and his unwavering calm. Chen had a young and vigorous son, and he had a beautiful horse, which he used to work in the fields and to transport goods. The horse was strong and robust, and all the inhabitants of the village admired him, calling him the best animal in the region. One day, without any sign, the horse escaped from the stable and disappeared among the mountains. The neighbors, aware of what had happened, rushed to express their displeasure. "What a misfortune, Chen. That horse was so precious. Now how will you work in the fields? It's a disgrace." But Chen, with a serene face, just replied, "Sfortuna o fortuna, chi può dirlo?" The neighbors looked at each other, surprised by the farmer's response. They expected a reaction of anger or pain, but Chen remained unperturbed. Days passed, and everyone in the village spoke of his calm, some praising it, others criticizing it. 1 week later, incredibly, the horse returned, and with it, it carried 3 other magnificent wild horses. The neighbors, stunned, ran to Chen again and said, "Che fortuna straordinaria, Chen. Now you have 4 horses instead of 1. You have become the richest man in the village." But Chen, with the same serenity as before, replied, "Fortuna o sfortuna, chi può dirlo?" This time, the neighbors were even more perplexed. How could Chen not be happy with this unexpected stroke of luck? Yet, the old farmer continued with his daily work, without getting disturbed. The next day, Chen's son decided to ride one of the wild horses to tame it. However, the animal was still too weak, and during the ride, the boy fell ruinously to the ground, breaking a leg. When the neighbors came to learn of the incident, they ran again and said, "Che tragedia, Chen! Proprio quando la tua fortuna stava cambiando. Ora tuo figlio si è ferito gravemente. Non potrà aiutarti nei campi. Una vera sfortuna." Chen looked at the painful son, but calmly said, "Sfortuna o fortuna, chi può dirlo?" The neighbors were now used to that enigmatic response, but they could not understand how Chen could maintain such a gap in the face of the suffering of his son. A few weeks passed, and the boy remained immobilized in bed, unable to work. A few days later, a war broke out between the village kingdom and a neighboring kingdom. The local governor issued a decree to detain all the young skilled men of the village, forcing them to fight on the front. It was a tragic moment. The children of the neighbors were taken away, and many families remained desperate, knowing that they would probably never see their loved ones again. But Chen's son, because of the broken leg, was spared and stayed home. When the neighbors came back to visit Chen, this time with tears in their eyes, they said, "Oh, Chen, what a fortune. Your son is safe, while ours have been taken away to fight. How much we would like our children to have been here too." With a broken leg, Chen, with his usual tranquility, replied, "Fortune or misfortune, who can tell?" The neighbors finally began to understand. Each event, good or bad, brought with it unpredictable consequences. What seemed like a misfortune could turn into a blessing, and what appeared to be a fortune could hide a future suffering. Chen taught them that it made no sense to react with too much intensity in the face of what life brings us, because the true meaning of events can only be understood over time. Moral life is full of events that we cannot control, and often we cannot know if what happens to us is really positive or negative until we see the whole picture. Acceptance and serenity in the face of every change are the key to living in harmony with the flow of life. Sometimes, what seems like a misfortune today can turn out to be a fortune tomorrow, and vice versa.
Thank you for watching our video. We hope it will positively enrich your life. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and join our Mind in Evolution channel for more content like this. See you soon in the next episode.